Hey, this is Eve Hennessy, author of Detox with Ease. Hey, so do you smell chemicals that no one else can smell? Do people say you're crazy because you think these smells are so strong, yet nobody else notices them? Well, that's my story. I had a multiple chemical sensitivity, and I became so hypersensitive to smell and also reacting hypersensitive to chemicals and reacting to these chemicals that life became completely unbearable. So I just want to come on real quick and say like what I was like before, during, and then after, because I did cure my chemical sensitivity like 10 years ago. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, the bell button. I'll smash the likes, comment, ask any questions. Hey, so before I got chemical sensitivity, I did not like the detergent aisle um, in the grocery store, and I was sensitive to smells, but not hugely more than other people. And I didn't like certain things, but it was not a life-altering situation. But very quickly, I suddenly became so sensitive, overwhelmed, and upset, by smells because they were like so strong that I was like, God, I'm choking on this stuff. This stuff is giving me a headache. I can't breathe. What's going on? And at first, I actually thought it was the other people. I was like, what is wrong with people, especially people's laundry detergent, people's shampoo, like Pantene or any kind of like commercial smelly fragrance hair stuff. Febreze, any air freshener. I was like, wow, people are so crazy. Like they're just walking around, with this poison all over their body. And I already use natural stuff. Just, I think my body knew not to use that stuff since before. So I just remember thinking that and being like, I really thought people were just like bathing their clothes in Suavitel or Downy. I felt like there was no air anywhere, like all the doors were shut, you were just like breathing this stuff in. I did end up developing asthma, intense brain fog, all kinds of issues. Even I was starting to get heart issues because my lungs were working so hard, stressing my heart. When I had chemical sensitivity, I was like 100% super healthy. And then I got so that I could not go anywhere because the smells more and more every time would bother me, and more things I could not handle. And it took me a while to figure out what were the smells that bothered me, because at first when you get reacting to the smells, in my case, it was a lot of neuro reactions. So I'd just be like suddenly confused and stunned, like a deer in the headlights, and I'll get the fight or flight response. So I either get super spaced out or I get super bitchy and irritable. And then, it was just a nightmare. So whenever I was around a smell and I would be like, hey, do you mind? Because I would be in classes. I was like a Zumba teacher now. So I used to go to the gym a lot and do like cardio exercise and dance. And like, hey, do you mind, not using that detergent? It's super toxic. I thought everybody wanted to know, but if you have chemical sensitivity, you realize people do not want to know. They're just like, no, it's fine. That's it. Like they just look at you like, what is wrong with you, lady? So that's what it's like. I mean, I realized after a while I couldn't go in cars too much, because anytime the car was stopped in traffic, even at stop signs, just the exhaust from the car and the other cars would be making me sick. If we're in a moving car, that will be all right. Unless they were like repaving the road, the asphalt, like it just didn't matter. Everywhere I went, there was intense chemical smells. And I was so bad that one time I visited my parents. They had a house in upstate New York, and they mostly didn't have any toxins in the house, but they had one bar of Dove soap in the bathroom. But it was a small apartment, and just permeating, even with the doors shut, that one bar of Dove soap, like this gentle natural soap, was like killing me. So I want you to send this video to your friends. I'm going to keep it short because your friends don't want to listen to a long video. And people in your life, so they know that you're not crazy. This is the real illness. This is how it goes. This is how, thousands of people are having the same kind of reactions. And it's really bad. And it's very super bad for your health. And so the funny thing is, so I did get well from chemical sensitivity, and that was like a pretty long process. And so maybe for a while I didn't get like severe reactions, but I would notice stuff and I wouldn't like it. Like I might get just a little bit of fatigue or a little bit of irritability, but I would notice people around me having the same reactions. People are reacting to chemicals all the time. They're just not aware of it. They don't know their anxiety, their depression, their obesity, their erectile dysfunction is probably from, could be from the air fresheners in their house or by using toxic shampoo, which they're like breathing in 24/7, or putting toxic laundry detergent on their body, which they're also breathing in and getting into their blood system through their skin. And anyway, there's so many toxins. So I would notice other people reacting too, like people that have asthma. If there was like a chemical in the room, you see the asthma people going, away with their inhaler because they were having a reaction to chemicals, but this is not widely known for some reason. So like I would be less and less reactive. And then now I actually can't smell the stuff. For a while I could smell it and then it would bother me, but not be a serious event. It wouldn't be a serious health event. I mean, some people get anaphylactic shock. There's all kinds of reactions. I've known people with like pains, bladder pain, all kinds of different reactions to chemicals. Mine was asthma, a lot of irritability, and just feeling like suffocating. I could never breathe. I had a lot of problems with my lungs back then. They totally healed, by the way. I haven't had an asthma attack for like 10 years. So not I'm going around exercising in toxic places either, because I know better now. So it's not like I'm going back to, some airtight room and exercising, although I have done it a few times and I was fine, but I don't generally make that practice. So when I got less and less chemical sensitivity, I noticed less and less smells. I actually can walk in the detergent aisle now and not notice anything. So things started smelling good again. That's when you have chemical sensitivity, like no chemical smells good. Like Febreze is still completely disgusting smelling, but like any kind of perfume back then, it just smelled like somebody spraying Raid in your face, and you're like, why are you wearing that? What is wrong with you? And you feel like people are like in a huge cloud. And even if they say, well, I didn't even wear perfume today, but I wore it 3 days ago, but it's still on their jacket. Like that's how sensitive we get. And that smell just from the jacket can actually cause a reaction. And some people can get very ill. So everyone has a different level and degree. So yeah, so now I could walk in the aisle, the detergent aisle, and not really smell anything. And now some of the stuff smells good to me. I hate to admit it, because when you have chemical sensitivity, you're like, this world is toxic and everybody needs to stop. And I do a lot of my book, everything I do is so that people start using more healthier choices, but people are not going to stop, So, but now even some perfume, I've even put it on once or twice, after years of it not bothering me. I was like, well, let me try it. And I don't wear it, but I do wear all natural perfume, which is, if you have multiple chemical sensitivity very strongly, that can make you very sick, even if it's natural. And so that's all I have to say. Like, it's all about your nose and your perception. It says that people with chemical sensitivity have the smell perception 100 to 1,000 times more than a regular person. So that's for sure. Because, I could smell things. I could smell, if I was on the sidewalk. I live in Washington, D.C. I'm on the sidewalk. I could smell somebody's perfume in their car and their windows were rolled up and they're driving by. Forget getting in a taxi that had these air fresheners. They're still disgusting, but I don't know about you, but if you have chemical sensitivity, you're like always have your head out the window, trying to breathe wherever you go. And then after a while, you just give up, go anywhere. That's what I did. It was like too hard, like fighting with people, and it just didn't matter. Like even if people tried really hard, they still could not get no toxins on them. There's always something. So any of these like sterno, candles, air freshener, gasoline, any kind of scented anything, we can smell it so far away. I could smell people's deodorant 5 feet away. Like their deodorant, it smelled like they had sprayed their whole body, with it. So that's how it is when you have multiple chemical sensitivity. It's really horrible. So also when you get well or well, you're like, oh, people aren't really using that so much anymore. But I realize they probably are still using just as much. Things are a little better. There is some more awareness, but people still using a lot of toxins. Yeah, if you wear tons of Suavitel and laundry detergent, I will smell you. And I won't like it because it's just, I know it is chemicals. And then I always feel bad for you. But I stopped trying to tell people anymore. That's why I do I made my book. I do all this other stuff because just telling people, it just creates issues and doesn't work. That's all I have to say. Have a good day. Smash the likes. Tell me what is your worst smell in the comments. Bye-bye.